So the beginning will be reviewing of the exponent laws you saw since grade 8. Okay, so I think in grade 8, we did something like question part 8, law number 1, 2, 3, right? And then grade 9, you learned about law number 4, 5, 6. And then grade 10, you learned the negative exponent, maybe, right? Maybe some of you learned in grade 9 too. So first part will review all these rules that you learned previously. And then practice some questions. After that, part B, right? Page 13, that's the new law we'll introduce in this year, okay, in this book. So that's if the exponent has fraction or decimal, okay, what to do with it, right? And then after that, we just have a little bit more practice, okay? Then that will be all for the exponent. So today I wish to complete all the review and maybe introduce the law, okay? But your homework will be just on the review part, all right? So first part, we all know the big number is called the base, right? So let's write that down first. Right, let's put that on the top, right? So for example, if you get 2 to the third, the 3 is called the exponent, 2 is the base. Right, so we can say this is a 2 cubed, right? Or 2 to the third power, right? Or 2 to the third, okay? Either way you can say that, right? So the first group is called the same base. That's used to simplify same base. So when you have the same base and they are multiplying, the exponent needs to be added. Okay. For multiplying, you add, right? For dividing, you will subtract the exponent, right? So two things will combine together. If you have exponent next to each other, 2 to the m to the n, right? Then you will multiply. So use that to simplify the expression on the right side. Okay, so let me pick, because this is review, okay? So I'll see if you guys remember or you need any review. Okay, so please do A and B right now, and I'll pick some of you to answer it. Okay, so let's have Brandon. How do you do question A?
Wait, it's 2 over, sorry.
Yeah, how do we begin? What's the first thing you do?
Combine the exponents.
Yeah, so what do I write?
2 2 to the power of 15
Yeah,
over 2 to the power of 8.
good. And then?
Simplify.
Yeah, how do we simplify more?
Subtract the 2 exponents.
That's right.
7. 2
Yeah.
over 2 to the power of 7.
Yes. Okay, so you just leave your answer like that, 2 to the 7. You don't need to find the value for it. I want to simplify. So we can do the same thing with variables. Okay, so at the bottom we have the x is the base. The other base is the y, right? So only the same base can combine together. All right, let's have Colin. How do you do step by step for this one?
For B, well, I got, what is it, x9, x squared, well, x to the power 9y.
Now, final answer, you mean?
Oh, wait, I messed up.
Well, okay, I'll let you fix it and you let me know the steps, okay? Not just the final answer.
All right, so x the first part, it will be x to the power 15
Okay, x to the 15, yeah,
times x y to the power 2.
yeah, over the same thing, and then
And then x 16 y 2,
mm-hmm,
and then the bottom is the same,
yeah,
x 14 and y.
yeah, x 14, yeah, 14 and y. Okay, so this part should be reviewed for everyone. All right, next part, next group of the law is talking about same exponent. Okay, so if you look at the law number 4 and 5, they both have a brackets, and then inside the brackets, you have A, right, and B. Those are the base. So both of the base, they share with the same exponent. That's why it's called the same exponent. Okay. So that exponent you will dump it in, right? So they both takes the same exponent. Same with dividing. So remember, right? I would like you to write this down, okay? This is wrong to do this, okay? If you have A plus B, right? Also inside the bracket, and then you have an exponent on the outside, you cannot bring the t in and then say it's a squared plus a to the t and b to the t, okay? This one will be wrong. Same with subtraction, okay? You cannot do sharing. Only multiply and divide, then you can do that, right? So keep that, write that down. So for example, right, question A, inside we have a -2, right, and an x. So both of them get the same exponent of 2. Okay, so when you have a mix of variable and a number like that, you need to do one more step. Okay, you need to simplify the value part. So Harry, what will be the next step to do?
Do the exponent, multiply it.
Yeah, multiply it out. What would you get now?
4 and x squared.
Yeah, okay, so remember you need to leave your answer until there's no exponent for the coefficient, okay, the number part. The variable part, you cannot do anything, right? X squared just stay as x squared, okay? But if there's a number before it, you need to evaluate, okay? If possible, right? Most of the time will be possible, right? So I would like you guys try B and C, okay? B and C, same thing. On the thing on the outside can share in, okay? The square will share in. So raise your hand when you have finished B and C. So today's lesson will be mostly self-work, right? Because a lot of things will be just reviewing. So later I'll let you guys also work on your own and then we'll check answers, okay? Section by section. So please raise your hand when you finish these 2 questions. Okay, Brandon, Ivy, any questions? Any trouble? Selena?
No, I'm just thinking a bit.
Okay. Okay. And Jiawen, any questions? Okay, Selena, what's your answer for B?
8x6.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so you get 2 cubed and then x to the 6 makes it 8x to the 6. Okay, next one, the square needs to share with 5 things there, right? We have -5, the x, the 2, the y, the z, right? We have 5 things to share. So what's the final answer, Waylon?
I got 25x to the power of 4
Yeah,
over 4y squared z squared.
that's square. Okay, perfect. Does anyone have questions? Okay, you just distribute. So remember, if inside the bracket you see add and subtract, the exponent does not apply to it, okay? It applies to the whole thing. Okay, next group is called the zero exponent, right? So we have a to the 0 equal to 1. But this rule only work when, okay, please add this in, when the base is not 0. Okay, if you get something like 0 to the 0, this is not 1, right? This one you have to say it's undefined. Later we'll explain why it's undefined, okay? But if it's not 0 for the base, it's okay, right? You just say equal to 1. But if it's a variable, you just say it's 1, right? Okay, so question A and B. On the right side, if you take a look, right, those two questions are very similar. The only difference is one has a bracket, the other one doesn't. Okay, so think about what difference it makes. So same thing, please raise your hand once you got the answer for these two, okay? So will the answer be the same or different? Okay, we have 9 people finished, 10, okay. Please raise your hand and write something down, even if you are not sure, okay? Okay, Amanda, what's your answer for A?
-1.
-1, okay. And for B?
-2.
-2, right? What about Angela? Angela, what's your answer for A and B?
I got the same things.
Same thing, okay. Does anyone have different? Anyone disagree? Okay, so all you need to do is just focus on the exponent, right? And find out what's the base for that exponent. The base for the first one is 2x, right? So this whole thing become 1. And then you just add a negative for it. For the second part, the 0 exponent is only for the x. So the 2 is untouched, right? 2 will just stay there. So it becomes -2 times a 1. and then that's why it becomes -2. All right, so this is a quick review of all the rules you've learned before grade 9, I believe. All right, so let's try a few questions. So now I would like you to do everything up to question O. Okay, so similar to what we just did, it should take about 10 minutes maximum. Okay, it's not too hard. So simplify. You do not need to evaluate. Okay, so for example, question A, 5 to the 9, and you're done. Okay, so once you finish up to question O, you can raise your hand again. And then each one of you will get a chance to answer the question. Right? Once you get to question L, right, you will have more variable. You will have variables in the exponent, but you do the same thing, okay? Pretend they are like numbers. So we'll start going over at about 10 after 2, okay? Should be enough time.
Jason, could you go back to the last page? I just want to look at the top again.
Yeah, sure, okay. Is that clear?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Okay.
Jason, Jason,
Yeah, Eric,
can I
yeah.
just leave it at 5, 9?
Huh?
Can I just
Say that
leave it
again?
to 5 to the power of 9?
5 to, yeah, you leave it like that. You don't need to find out what that equals.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we just simplify. So when you see the word simplify, you don't need to find the answer. If you want to find the answer, they will say evaluate. So leave all the expression with positive exponent, right? So when you see that, that also tells you that you want to keep the exponent there, okay? Okay, and just a reminder, but if you get something like a mix, like question A, B, C, right? Question A, B, C, you have a coefficient in front. You need to evaluate coefficient next to the variable, right? But if it's just number only, you don't need to evaluate. right? So far, we got 2 people already finished. You just need to do up to O, okay? Question O. Okay, just checking what question you're on. Evan, which one are you working on?
Oh, I just finished.
Oh, okay. How about Selena? Which one are you on?
I'm almost done.
Okay. Here, so 1 for everyone, okay? Okay, 2 more minutes, okay? If you finish, please raise your hand. Okay, Elaine, how are you doing? Are you still working on it?
Just started the last question.
Okay. And Jawan, which question are you on?
I finished the last question.
Huh?
I finished the last question.
Last one?
Yeah.
Okay. Marcus, how about you?
I'm on the last one.
All right, all right. Okay, 1 more minute then. I'll just start getting the answer from other people. Okay, so question B. Okay, we'll go in order. Angela, what's your answer for B?
7 to the power of 6.
Okay, let me write it down. We'll check answers later. Okay, and Brandon, B for C.
Bracket -5 bracket 5.
Okay,
Power 5, yeah.
yeah, okay. And then question D, Chris. Chris, are you there? What's your answer?
I got 4 to the power of 4.
4 to the 4. Okay. And Colin, next one.
7 to the power of 4.
Okay. And Elaine, F.
6 to the 3.
6 to 3. Okay. And Evan, G.
5-2 over y2.
Okay. 5 2 over y2. Okay. H, Harry.
A 3 squared, A squared, B squared.
Okay. And Ivy, next one.
2 over 3 to the fourth power, x4, y4.
Okay. All right. And then J, Jenny.
J for Jenny. I
for
got
Ivy.
negative.
Yeah.
I got negative a to the power of 24.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. K for Kevin. We don't have Kevin. Too bad. Okay. K. Okay. K for Jawan. Do you have K? K?
X to the power of 2.
Negative x to the power of 2. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. L. Marcus. L.
Uh, 5 to the power of 4a plus b.
4a plus b. Okay. Next one. Waylon. M.
I'm not sure if this is correct. I got 49x. Wait, let me redo this.
Okay. I'll come back to you. Okay. Selena. N. Question N.
Wait, like I did the work. 4x squared subtract 6y squared. I don't know.
Hold on. 4x squared like that.
Yeah.
And then
Subtract 6y squared.
6y squared. Okay. And then Amanda. Last one.
3 to the power of 2a plus 4.
2a plus 4. Okay. All right. Back to you, Waylon, right?
Oh, I got 7x plus 2y.
7 to the x plus 2y. Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So I think the harder ones are the last 3 questions, I guess, right? With the variables. So we'll go over each one. Does anyone want to add in your answer, right? Anyone got different, want to add in? Okay, check with the one on the screen right now. Okay, does anyone have different answers? Everyone got the same? Some answers needs improvement, not improvement, need to like some answers are not done yet. Yeah.
For the last one,
Okay.
I got 9 to 9 to the 2a plus 3.
Okay, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else?
For
Yeah.
number J,
J.
I
Yes.
got A squared.
A squared like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Ivy.
I have many different answers.
Okay, it's okay. Tell us which one.
For V, I got negative a to the 10th power.
Like that?
And then K is x cubed, x
Which one?
squared.
K?
Uh,
What is it?
positive x squared.
Okay, positive x squared. Yeah. Okay, those are all very good questions. Yeah, we got these are confusing ones, right? Okay, what else?
For N,
Yeah.
I got 2 to the 2x minus 6y.
Okay. And then anything else?
I think
Huh?
that's it.
That's it? Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, very good. So that shows us like we want to know what kind of answer we want to leave it in, right? So, and you can see some answer positive, some answer are negative. Those are also the key points you need to pay attention to. Yeah, Harry, do you have something to add?
My, can I change my answer for number J to a to the power of 10? I said the wrong thing.
So positive a to the 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so a to the 10. Right, okay, so when you are doing homework, right, make sure you remember what we are talking about in this section, right? So you know what kind of answer you want to leave it in, okay? Because you don't want to have an answer that's unfinished, right? Or something that that's supposed to be negative, you put it as positive, or vice versa, right? So let's go over it now, okay? Anyone else? Last call. Anyone else want to add in? Okay, so I'll use the red, okay, to show the correct steps, all right? For question B, that one is easy, right? You just multiply the exponent, so 7 to the 6. So this is good, correct, okay? This one, common mistake is you forget the bracket. So he did the brackets, so that's good, okay? So that one's good, correct. This one, right, the denominator will be adding the exponent, so it will be 2 plus 0, so that's 2, and then you subtract, will give you 4 to the 4, okay? That's also correct. Next one, same thing, 7 to the 5 over 7 to the 1, invisible 1, and then you subtract exponent, okay? That's all good. Next is multiply exponent, so 6 to the 9 divided by 6 to the 6, and then you subtract exponent, 6 to the 3. Okay, so far all good. Now starting from G, okay, GHI, no one added in answers. So that means all of you have not finished yet. Okay, it's not wrong, it's unfinished. Remember I said at the beginning here, when you have a mix of coefficient and variable, this one I'm circling, that's not circle. Okay, what's going on? Okay, so over here, right? So this question, right, you have a mixed variable and coefficient. Your answer, you need to evaluate the coefficient part. So your answer should be at 4x squared, okay? The variable, you can keep it, right? But then the coefficient part, you need to evaluate. So let's go back. So all of you did the first step, right? You share in the share in the square, but because you have a 5 square on the top, right? So your final answer, you need to find the answer for 5 square. So remember, keep it in this answer. Okay, same with the next one, right? Let me just grab this, put it here. Okay, so your answer should be 9a squared b squared. Okay, so you have a mix of coefficient and variable. Remember, you need to do one more step. Any questions so far? Same thing here, okay? GHI, same thing. Okay. Let me move the answer here. And so it should be 16, right? 2 to the 4 will be 16. 3 to the 4 is 81. Okay, so you need to find your answer for the numbers. Variables, nothing to do. Okay, so keep it like that. Right, getting harder now. So we have here, we have positive, negative sign, right? So first thing is if you look at J, right, you have two of them. Okay, so you have the to the 6, right? The base for the 6 is A, right? And then the base for the 4 is negative A, right? You need to identify the base. So you can see the base are not the same, right? One is A, one is negative A. So you cannot use any law yet, right? So that's why this one is very tricky. So what you need to do is focus on the second part first. Okay, let me erase that first. The exponent of 4, you can bring it in using the same exponent, sharing the exponent. So you would have, I'll keep the first part stay the same for now. Okay. Okay, wait a second. Okay. So negative A to the 6 stays, and then negative to the 4, that means you have negative times negative times negative times negative. 4 negative makes it positive, right? So no more negative, and then A to the 4. Okay, do you follow so far? Because of the 4, right, it makes the negative go away, right? Negative is like a coefficient as well. It's like an invisible negative 1, right? The negative sign is like negative 1. So negative 1 is a number, it's a coefficient, so you can evaluate, right? It's like a 1 now. So now both of the base are the same, right? Exponent for the 4, exponent 4 has a base of A. Exponent 6 also has base of A. So those two can now combine. So it will be negative A to the 10. Okay, so answer should be this one. So the negative at the very front, it just stay there. It does not go away, right? Because none of the exponent affects that, right? So very tricky here. All right, so we can do the same thing for K, right? J and K, you can put a star. These two are like similar. One is multiplying, one is dividing. All right, so I want you guys to think about this right now, right? If you get, because you had two answers here, right? One is negative, one is positive. If you think the answer is positive x squared, please raise your hand. Okay, and if you think the answer is negative x squared, you don't need to raise your hand. Okay, if it's positive, raise your hand. Okay, positive, you raise your hand. So we have 5 people raising the hand. Yeah, 6 now. Any more? If you think it's the other way around, don't raise the hand. Okay, think about what we did in J. It's the same thing. It's just dividing instead, right? Similar. Okay, so we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people for the negative. So that means what? 9 people for the positive. Okay, so let's check the steps. The top has no brackets, right? So you just stay there waiting for now, okay? So the negative won't go away for the top. For the bottom, right, the negative, you can think of it like -1, right? It's a coefficient. So your cube will go in, okay? We'll share it in. So you would have negative times negative times negative, right? You have triple negative. It's still gonna stay negative if you have 3 of them, right? Negative, negative, negative. And then x to the cube. Okay, so this time, because it's triple, right? You have 3 of them, it doesn't go away. The negative is still gonna stay. Different from j. J, you have 4 of them. So it becomes positive, right? So now if you divide, negative will make it positive, right? And then subtract the exponent, so it'll be squared. Okay, positive x squared. Answer should be this. Okay, does anyone have questions? So J and K is like a pair, okay? GHI is also like a group, right? Those ones are similar. GHI, okay? And then the rest, right? L, M, and O, they are also similar, all right? So let's look at M now, L. Multiplying same base, you would add an exponent, right? So A plus 3A, that makes it 4A. 2b plus negative b, that will be 1b. Yep, that's correct. Okay, very good. So this one is using what you learn in polynomial, right? Combine the like terms. Your homework will be similar to these, okay? So if you have any questions so far, okay, make sure you let me know. Next one is dividing, right? We have dividing, you need to subtract. 2x subtract x makes an x. Y subtract negative y. So remember, y subtract negative y will become plus. Okay, so you got that one correct. X plus 2y. Okay, next part, you have an exponent, right? That's a square. You have another exponent, x minus 3y. So exponent next to each other, right? That's our rule, like question B, right? Exponent, exponent, they are the same rule, using the same rule. So you are just you just need to multiply, okay? So 2 times x will be 2x, 2 times negative 3y will be negative 6y. So the square, when it goes in, you don't need to square, okay? So this one will be this one. Okay, exponent and exponent, they multiply together. Okay, question O, we have 2 answers as well, okay? There are a couple ways to do this one. The first thing, one of the way is you look at the outside, right? You have a square and then you start to bring it in. Okay, that's one way to go, right? Or what you can also do is you look at the inside. You have base of 3, right? So they are dividing. We could simplify the inside first. I would prefer that, okay? So let's say we keep the square on the outside for now. Inside need to subtract, okay? So I don't remember who did this one. Amanda, right? I think it was Amanda. Amanda, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if you simplify the inside, what will the inside become?
A plus 2.
A plus 2, very good, okay? So you will subtract the two exponents. -4 subtract -6 will become plus 2. And then after that, the square on the outside just multiply with the thing inside, okay? So Selena, what will be the correct answer now?
I think it's 3 2a plus 4.
Yes, very good. Okay, so remember you do not need to touch the base. Okay, base just stay there. Exponent next to each other, just multiply. Okay, so that's all, right? So we will review the negative exponent after the break. Okay, so if you have any question about these questions, let me know, and I'll see you at 2:45. Okay.